Hey everybody, welcome to Doggone Fortunes. I hope everyone's had a great holiday season and are having a happy new year. This is going to be your weekly pet reading. We're going to be diving into how your dog is experiencing you emotionally, what your dog feels safest with you, what your dog appreciates that you do, how your dog sees the bond that they have with you, and then we're going to wrap up with the core reason your dog loves you with a message directly from them. Now, to save time, I've already pre-shuffled the cards and we are ready to dive into it. All right, so question one, how your dog is experiencing you emotionally. Oh my gosh, we have the sun energy with the tower. And we have play. And we also have the Six of Wands. We have the play energy here. So your dog, with the sun energy, your dog feels really happy being around you. They feel that you have, strong leadership qualities. You're like this a really good pack leader, so to speak. I feel like you enrich your dog mentally, emotionally. You're a very good provider in that way for your dog. And I feel like you do a lot of, adventurous things. Obviously here with play, you spend a lot of time playing with your dog, taking your dog out on walks, maybe taking your dog to new places, so your dog is being enriched in that way. And that's an awesome thing because dogs need, emotional enrichment. And I feel like that's what you are providing your dog. And that is one thing that, your dog experiences with you emotionally. With the tower energy here, this is, things crumbling down. This is a very sudden, chaotic card in the tarot deck. So I feel, your dog feels, even though like when chaos is happening out there in the world, you are a safe anchor for them because of that strong leadership that you carry into the relationship that you have with your dog. Also, another thing I'm getting is that your dog feels very much chosen by you and they're very happy with the relationship that you two have currently. So you provide happiness, play, you provide a sense of structure and emotional enrichment. All right, so that's what your dog experiences emotionally with you. All right, so let's move on to what does your dog trust the most about you? What do they experience? Like, where do they feel the safest with you? Oh my gosh, look, we have the Two of Cups. That's like strong, like soulmate energy in the tarot deck. We have the Emperor, that's more of a structure type of card, boundary setting, and we have the Ace of Pentacles with freedom energy. So basically here with the Two of Cups, this is beautiful energy because this is strong soulmate mutual energy, okay? And you're probably thinking like, what does that have to do with, my dog? Well, your dog feels very much partnered with you. They don't feel like you are just their owner and you tell them what to do and, that's just the way it is, They feel a true, deep emotional bond with you. Like you guys have telepathic messages, like you two just get each other. You just have this relationship that is obvious to other people, but it's just, it's something that's truly felt in the heart, So that is what your dog feels with you. Okay, we also have the Emperor energy. So this pile is kind of like repeating pile one in the sense that the Emperor is all about structures and boundaries, right? So your dog obviously feels a lot of structure around you. Perhaps you do a lot of training with them or you have done in the past. Your dog knows where they stand. They know where their place is as far as, what they can and can't do in the household. They definitely have a firm understanding of what they can and can't do, what they can and can't get away with. You've set these boundaries very clear with your dog. And they understand that. Yeah. Also, despite the boundaries and everything, we have the freedom energy. So your dog still feels a sense of being able to be themselves, being able to have fun, and not have to worry about like, stepping a paw out of line before they get a shock on the shock collar type of thing. They're able to have freedom even though they have the boundaries, if that makes sense. Also, we have the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so this is opportunities in the tarot deck. This is tangible, physical things when this comes up in a reading. And so how I feel it translate into how your pet feels, they obviously feel very much cared for by you materially. You're giving them the toys, you're giving them, the pet beds, the good food. Those things, the tangible, physical things, you obviously give them in their life that they love. So they feel a deep soulmate bond with you. You have given them very, boundaries through training and teaching them what they can and can't get away with. They feel a sense of freedom and they have a lot of fun with you. They feel a heart-to-heart connection with you, and they feel that you provide for them all of the material things that they could want or need. All right, so let's move on to what your dog appreciates that you do for them. We have Three of Cups energy. We have the World. We have the Devil. And we have Secure. So what do you do that your dog appreciates so much about you? Bottom line is you include them in your life. We have the Three of Cups. In the tarot, that's talking about, a very happy, connected relationship where you laugh, you have fun together. It's a very happy card. And so I feel like that's, obviously the relationship that you have here with your dog. You are their world. You have included them in your life. The World energy is a successful, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So this is a completion, a cycle that's complete. We do have the Devil energy here with the Secure card, all right? So in the tarot, the Devil does speak about toxic attachments. Usually when this comes up when I do love readings for people, this is usually talking about some sort of unhealthy attachment that two people have. But in the pet reading department, I feel like, your dog does feel very much secure in this connection with you because you've included this pet in your world. However, I feel that your dog is so strongly bonded to you that there's an element here of maybe a separation anxiety when you're gone, or, something like that. Another kind of download I'm getting is this could also be talking about a pet that used to, maybe you rescued them. Maybe, you got them from an animal shelter, or you rescued them from some other situation where they didn't necessarily have, the love and care that you give your pet previous to you. So they could have emotional wounds from the past. Maybe they weren't loved, like I said, as much as you love them. Maybe didn't have the boundaries or the structure. It's something like that. I'm getting that since they've come into your life, since you've had them in your life, you have made them feel extremely secure, extremely included that they didn't necessarily have in the past. So it could go one or two ways. It could either be so strongly attached to you that they have separation anxiety, or they're a rescue pet where they didn't feel these things previous to you. Okay, so that's what they love and appreciate about you. You're loving, you're kind, you include them in your world. You have taught them boundaries, structure, which is an amazing thing for dogs because that makes them feel safe. When a household feels chaotic and, everything is a surprise, there's no routine, there's no structure, dogs feel a lot of anxiety. And sometimes, obviously they can't tell you they have the anxiety, but it can often come out by excessive licking, excessive chewing, pacing around, whining. They can let you know these things in other ways. So, yeah. Structure is a great thing when it comes to pack dynamics. It really does make them feel very secure. And I feel that you have done a good job in doing that. That's why your dog feels so strongly bonded to you and so secure, because you have given them this foundational structure that they need. That's why they feel so secure and safe with you. All right, so let's move on to how your dog sees the bond with you. All right. We have the Four of Cups, we have the King of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords, we have Happy. So the Four of Cups and the Ten of Swords, these are difficult cards here. You know, this is talking about painful endings. You know, I don't know if you're going through something right now in life, but the Four of Cups is talking about when you just feel very dissatisfied with life, or, you know, and the Ten of Swords is talking about like painful endings. So you could be going through a rough time right now in your life, or maybe just in general, you know. But your dog here with the King of Cups, basically what I'm trying to say here is your dog, even though you may be experiencing difficult things in your life, you may sometimes feel emotionally withdrawn, or, you know, just going through it emotionally, your dog still sees you as somebody that's very kind and very good-hearted and emotionally deep, and somebody that still makes them happy. So even though you may be like in a funk, or, you know, life just has you kind of beaten down sometimes, you still make the effort to let your dog know through actions and things like that, that you love them. So that is how your dog sees your bond. They see you as somebody that's very emotionally deep, someone that's emotionally there for them, even though sometimes you may seem withdrawn, you may seem, you know, like you're hurting. Your dog may, obviously they do pick up the energy when you're feeling really down and depressed and kind of going through it in life. But you're still, the most important thing here is you're still there emotionally for your dog. And so that's how they see the emotional bond with you. Very deep, very loving, and, you know, that you're a very kind person. All right, so let's move on into what is the core reason that your dog loves you. The fundamental reason of why your dog loves you. Knight of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. This is a lot of fire energy. A lot of fire. Okay, and we have Relax. So obviously here with the Ten of Wands, you do carry a lot of burdens that your dog picks up on emotionally. But despite all that, all this fire energy, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, you still, you know, are radiant and magnetic. Your dog still feels, you know, like you're fun. You have a lot of energy. You guys like to do a lot of things together. Your dog likes your strength, your energy, your endurance. You know, so basically, despite the fact that you're carrying a lot of burdens and everything like that, your dog knows that you're there for them. You show up for them. You know, and that makes them feel safe enough to, you know, fully relax around you. You're somebody that's emotionally safe. You're a lot of fun, but you're also emotionally safe. They feel, you know, a sense of safety, like I said, around you. You're not somebody that, you know, brings a lot of drama into your dog's life. They feel safe. They feel, you know, they just love it, you know, being on your lap or being next to you on the couch. Yeah, they just feel a sense of safety with you. All right, so let's move on, and to wrap things up with, we're going to get one final pet message. This is a direct message from them to you. Let's get one more message to wrap the reading up with. One more message. We have, I forgive you. Let's see what that means. Yeah, so I love the artwork on these cards. I think they are so cute. I forgive you. All right, I'm going to read this one from the book and see. Don't you know that you can do no wrong to me? Yes, it hurts when I'm not your number one and I'm not the center of your world, but I understand sometimes you just have so much on your plate. Yeah, that goes with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, having a lot of emotional things on your plate. Yes, my heart aches when you take your frustrations out on me. I wish I could fix it. Yes, I get very sad when pain covers your eyes and you don't see me. Don't worry though, I know you haven't forgotten about me. All I care about is you. You are forgiven by my absolute love. Just don't take me for granted, please. So, like I said, even though you're going through a lot of things emotionally, your dog still knows deep down that you love them. Like I said throughout this whole reading. Yeah. I think that's a cute reading. Yeah, they still feel very much that you love them and they feel safe with you, very happy with you and all that. So yeah, that's what I have for you. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, feel free to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to Doggone Fortunes. Thank you so much and see you next week.